Last night, I caught my fiancé whispering into the baby monitor, except it wasn't ours. I'd come home late, exhausted, only to hear his voice crooning through static. "Bitch, our son. Dad is right here," while the monitor's red light flickered like a warning. At first I thought it was some weird joke, but when I followed the signal, the realization hit me like a punch. He was talking to the neighbor's newborn, the baby I'd congratulated them on just weeks ago. I stood there, frozen, listening to him pour out tender promises to a baby that was not his, or so I thought. He sounded more loving, more vulnerable, than I'd heard in months. My heart hammered with confusion and anger, but I forced myself to listen as he whispered about someday being a real family. My stomach twisted when he said, "Just you and me, no secrets." The monitor's tiny speaker made every word sound like a confession. When he came back into our apartment, I confronted him, half expecting denial, half hoping for some plausible explanation. Instead, he looked at me like he'd been caught in headlights and finally admitted what I'd refused to see: he'd been sleeping with the neighbor and the baby might be his. All the late-night errands, the sudden interest in babysitting, the way he flinched whenever I mentioned their family, it all made sense now. He begged me to understand, said he was lost, claimed he never meant for any of this to happen. The worst part is, I didn't scream or throw anything. I just stared at him, realizing that I'd spent months worrying I wasn't enough to build a family with him. Turns out, he'd already tried to build one, right next door, in the shadows of our life together. Now I'm left standing here, wondering if the real betrayal was his, or if it was mine for ignoring every red flag in the name of love.